At the tip of your weapon flicks the lever down, you feel a surge of water engulf your arm. The flow is reversed. The statue is sucking water from the chamber at a tremendous rate. Your weapon is torn from your hand, but you manage to wrench your arm clear and swim to the surface uninjured. You lose your sword.
God damn it.
Within minutes, the water drops to the level of the statue's mouth and remains there. Suddenly, the door emits a click and is forced wide open by the weight of the remaining water pressing upon it. You're washed out of the chamber and deposited on the floor of a corridor at the bottom of a steep ramp. Blinking water from your eyes, you gaze with trepidation at your surroundings. The wall of the corridor, festooned with what appears to be gigantic cocoons, stretch into the distance as far as you can see. The oval door clicks shut and the click reverberates down the corridor, growing louder and louder. In the gloomy corridor ahead, you see something is moving. A huge, worm-like creature with great black eyes and horny mandibles is slithering towards you. Oh god.
Oh look. It's a Turian. Oh, no, wait.
So what, a horny Turian is charging you, is that what you're saying?
What? When did that turn into Mass Effect? Oh yeah, I guess we just had a massive effect of water that tried and drowned us.
But my dear, Turians aren't worm-like, unless you know some worms I don't.
No, I think you have a point there.
Yeah.
It's just the first thing that fell into my head when you said mandibles. And
yeah, but apparently it's a horny, and that is described here. It has horny mandibles, so the horny creature is slithering towards you, a purple froth bubbling from its mouth as it fastens on your scent. And you don't have either invisibility nor animal control, nor do you have a silver whistle.
Wait, hold on.
we had one at some point at least.
Let me see. We have a brass whistle.
Oh,
It
and
must-
a silver key.
Yep, but not a silver whistle, I'm afraid. Relentless with one move forward, forcing you back up the ramp towards the oval door. But there's no escape this way. You have no choice but to fight the repulsive creature. The monster is especially susceptible to psychic attack. If you choose to use Mind Blast or Science during combat, double all endurance point losses sustained by the enemy. So that's the good news. The bad news is you don't have a weapon, so that means you lose free combat skill until you find another weapon.
Okay.
So that means you should be a 16, right?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, you're up against the outer Gork. Give me here, roll the die.
Oh.
4. Right. The creature surges forward and sinks its horny mandibles into your flesh, though you manage to pull back just in time, sustaining only scrape, though though a bleeding one could be a bit serious. You lose 4 endurance points. You in return punches straight in his ugly face with your psychic enhanced fist, sending the creature flying back, squealing. It surges forward again, not deterred. Roll the die again.
Of course it wouldn't be. It has a chance for free dinner.
8.
Right. You almost managed to dodge completely to the side as it surges past you. It scrapes open the side of your body, inflicting 1 endurance point of damage. Then, with a psi-powered haymaker, you squash the thing flat as a pancake. You have won.
Jesus. Sorry, but is it me or is this thing just throwing everything it has in the kitchen sink at us at this moment?
Your killing blow makes the outer Gork twist back on itself, its head disappearing into the misty ceiling. There's a deafening crack as blue lightning engulfs its neck, crackling snake-like around its horrible body and filling the corridor with the smell of burning meat. The creature thrashes wildly for several minutes, and when its gruesome dance finally ends, you see that the canopy of mist is no longer there. In the darkness above, you see a deserted walkway and a metal observation platform. Do you wish to use the dead body of the outer Gork to climb up to the platform, or would you rather continue along the corridor?
Maybe climbing up might be a good idea. not really expect those guys to think that we can actually manage it, so if we can find a way to get through this thing quicker, might be to an advantage.
Okay, let's
Well,
try.
let's just play snakes and ladders then.
As you pull yourself onto the cold iron platform, you see the maze spread out below you like the surface of a massive brain. Each chamber or cell populated with perils created by the devilish imagination of Lord Sada. A crisscross of interconnecting walkways is suspended above the maze by gigantic chains that vanish into blackness. You hurry along the iron path towards a staircase that descends to an arc beyond the boundary walls of the maze. As you run through it, you can hear an alarm bell echoing the vastness above. Your escape has not gone unnoticed. You managed to cheat your way out of the labyrinth, apparently.
Apparently that was a good idea.
A vaulted corridor lies beyond the arc, which leads to a junction with 2 exits. Do you wish to use pathmanship?
That would be the best idea, I suppose.
Yes.
Your pathmanship skill reveals that the passage to your left leads to a complex of prison cells. The passage to your right leads to a guard room and torture chamber. Left or right?
Left. Wait, what did you say the left to?
The left is a complex of prison cells. Right leads to the guard room and torture chamber.
I would say left then, personally. Maybe, if anything, we can convince some of the things they have in prison to actually help us make a little rebellion.
Well, given Ian, Rana says left, so...
Sure.
The passage leads to an enormous compound of cells that holds the slave of Casanout. They are, in the main, a pitiful herd of gangling black-skinned creatures with sorrowful eyes and backs bent crooked by years of hard labor. These prisoners press their sad faces against the tiny grates of their cells, curious to see the fair-skinned warrior who walks upright among them. They hiss as you pass until the entire complex echoes to the sound of their sibilant scorn. At the end of the block there is a cell that resembles a cage, denying its prisoner even the small degree of privacy provided by the others. You stare through the bars at a dark-skinned man sleeping on the straw-covered floor. His blonde hair and red and gold tunic are stained with blood and grime. A key to his cell hangs by a cord on a peg driven into the nearby wall. Do you wish to release him or leave him?
We found the battle mage's brother.
Yep, that's it.
Let's release him.
The creaking door stirs the man from sleep, and he rolls over and covers in the corner of his smelling cage. His eyes are cloudy like frosted glass, and his face and hands are pitted with disease. Do you wish to use curing?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yes.
sure.
You recognize the symptoms of tachycardia, or jail rot, as it is commonly called in your country. As you approach the trembling man, you reassure him that you mean no harm, that you can help him if only he will trust you. Placing your hands over his eyes, you transfuse the healing power of your magna skills into his sick body, concentrating your energy into reversing the terrible effects of the disease. When you remove your hand, his eyes are no longer opaque, they gleam with a cat-like intensity. You are Kai Jesus, apparently.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can see, he says in astonishment, his voice cracked with emotion. How can I ever repay you for this miracle? Yep, Kai Jesus. Before you can answer, the sound of running feet echoes along the corridor outside. Follow me, he says, springing to his feet. If Sada's scars find you in here, they'll kill us both. You follow him to the end of the cell block door, the angry shouts of Sada's jailers ringing in your ears. A staircase looms ahead, descending to a lower level, but it is guarded by a grim-faced beast man, armed with an axe.
Well, we just took down a giant worm, so this guy should not really deter us.
Also, in this battle, you deal double damage because your new friend is helping you out.
Hooray!
And you still have 17, as far as I remember, because you have no weapon. No, 16, right? 16, yeah. Okay, well, in that case, engage combat. Gvinir, roll a die.
Oh.
Right. The Beastman swings his massive axe, screeching and roaring at you. You try to step back, but the passage is small and you stumble. The massive blade managed to... Well, you managed to avoid having your head cleaving off, but still, its large blade gashes along your torso, inflicting 4 points of damage. As the blade hits with all you and your friend, immediately pounds the beast. You're both pounding and kicking, trying to push the beast back. Roll the die again.
10.
Right. The creature falls backward under your furious assault and cannot get up as you stomp, jump, punch, and do everything you can to keep it down. There's a squash as you stomp down on his exposed neck.
Oops.
Your companion rolls with body over and unsheath a short sword and a dagger from the belt. He keeps the short sword, but you can take the axe and the dagger if you wish.
Yeah, let's just carry that around then.
Let me see. Axe. Need to add an axe. Yeah, we go through a lot of equipment this time around. Let me see. Two-handed or one-handed?
It just says axe.
This system really needs to define what an axe or a two-handed axe is.
It's not important, it's just an axe. And even if it was two-handed, you would be so awesome that you could use it one-handed.
Our skill with weapons luckily is better than my skill with words. I just looked up what a mandible is. Turns out it's the lower jaw.
Yep, what did you think it was?
I had no clue what the word meant.
Oh, well, feel free to ask. Also, I know what words mean.
Yeah, sorry, I usually speak Danish if anyone asks.
Yep. In any case, at the bottom of the stairs is a deserted hallway, at the end of which are two great doors of gleaming bronze. Sumptuous tapestries and statuettes of gold line the walls on either side, and an ornate fountain of silvered marble fills the hall with a melodious, bubbling sound. You're covered
this guy has access to luxury in the middle of one of the more haunted places ever.
Bubble, bubble, bubble. Fucking bubbles!
You're covered less than 20 feet when an armored guard steps into view from behind the fountain. He raises a crossbow and you shout a warning to your newfound partner. But you're too late. The bolt hisses through the air, hitting him with such force that he's knocked off his feet and sent crashing to the ground. The guard fumbles in a leather pouch for another quarrel with which to dispatch you. Do you wish to aid your wounded companion or to attack the guard before he can reload?
Aid him, damn it. I
Yeah.
say we aid the guy who just got a crossbow bolt to an uncertain part of his body.
Yeah.
Before you reach his body, a second crossbow bolt hits your head. The missile passes through your skull and you are dead before your body hits the ground.
That was the
Well-
50th time I died.
Yeah, you got deep-brained by a crossbow bolt.
Let me see.
Well, if nothing else, we can get a job as the scarecrow in the Wizard of Oz.
Right, so you attack the guard. The speed of your attack catches the guard completely off guard. It actually says that. He attempts to parry your first blow with his empty crossbow, but you knock it from his trembling fingers, leaving him without a weapon to hand.
Why is he trembling?
Well, probably because a screaming barbarian with an axe is trying to chop off his head. I would be pretty scared if that happened. Okay, so at this point you should have 19 combat skill, right?
Yeah, back on set.
Right. Okay, in that case, roll the die given here.
10?
Right. Your first blow catch him in square the chest, cleaving through armor and ribs, sending gouts of blood splaying on the fortress. He falls back, coughing and squirming, his eyes cloudy with pure pain. Roll the die again.
Just end him, okay, alright? This is just sadistic, even for me.
3.
3, okay. He lunges at you, desperation clear in his face, and he manages to get a pretty good punch right in your face. So you lose 3 endurance points. Then you move to the side and he stumbles onto the floor, bleeding all over the place. He tried to rise from the floor, trembling and gasping, but you decide to take pity on him and finish him off by placing your square straight between the two sides of his brain.
Oh well.
Jesus.
You have won against the Throne Hall Guard.